Hi guys, my name is Madison and I'm the editor-in-chief of the Critic.
Hi, I'm Vivian and I am a host on Operation Tomatometer.
And me and Vivian got the opportunity to go see a screening of the new movie Twisters, which comes out tomorrow.
We were invited to a premiere of it earlier this week, and now we're just here to tell you guys our thoughts. And we also have a reel coming out on the Classics Instagram, so make sure to check that out as well.
Yeah, so, as we spoke about this on the Instagram, we both really liked the movie.
Really liked it.
It stars Glenn Powell, Daisy Edgar-Jones, and Anthony Ramos, which you probably know from Hamilton.
That was a fun surprise. In one of the first scenes that he's in, he's like singing along to a song.
Oh, yeah.
Just tell that he was a good singer. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but, no, the movie was great. So, it's basically not really a sequel, but, it's a spin-off. Yeah.
It's basically the same movie, same plot, very similar characters as a movie that came out in the 90s, also called Twisters. But
yeah. Twister came out in 1996, and it was like the same.
It was the same thing.
It was like slightly different plot, but
well, I didn't see the movie, but Madison always said that they were really
it was
similar.
A bit, yeah, they are similar. And the whole like idea behind it is the same. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think it was a really good modern remake.
Yeah,
it was
I agree.
Definitely like a summer blockbuster.
I mean, I guess I would think that it's a great movie to see, but I don't necessarily think it's going to end up being like a blockbuster of this summer.
You don't think it's going to be that popular?
I don't think so, just because not a lot of people are probably super open to just spending their money on watching a movie about tornadoes.
Yeah, it's also like...
especially because it's not an original movie either, so I think that might put people off, but honestly, like, I think that it is worth your money, but I wouldn't have spent my money on it without, like, seeing the movie.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's gonna have the same popularity in any way as Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Oh, definitely.
As last summer.
Not even, like,
and I don't think it was as good either, but it's also, like, it's a fun movie. Like, you're not seeing it to, like, think intellectually. Like, Barbie was very, like, I guess, like, philosophical. Even though it was fun, but, like...
no, but it had some serious points.
It was, like, yeah.
And Oppenheimer was just, like, a serious topic.
Yeah.
But this movie, I think it tried a little bit to be serious with how, I guess, it ended up. I don't want to spoil anything, but,
no, it was definitely emotional at times.
yeah.
With the characters, mainly. That was, like... The characters and, like, their... I guess personalities are definitely like a driving force in the movie rather than a bunch of things going on. It's just the tornadoes and the characters' interactions.
No, I think that's something that definitely surprised me about this movie, because when it comes to other movies that are in a similar genre to this one, I think that movie makers can definitely focus too much on like the actions happening, in this case the tornadoes. But in my opinion, they really developed the characters here, and I actually ended up caring about them, and I got invested in like their relationships and like friendships, which was interesting, and it was also shocking. I didn't necessarily expect that to happen, so that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Going into the movie, I knew it was going to be like an action movie with a lot of like, you know, like there's
a lot of noise.
Yeah, like there's
very
people
loud.
who like that, and they like when like there's stuff happening on the screen, like, similar to, like, war movies, I guess.
Yeah.
And that was definitely what this was. And in most of those, there's not really...
This movie was similar to a war movie?
No. So, no. But, like, in terms of, like, the people who would enjoy it, I would say, like, this isn't really something I would typically want to watch. So I was really pleasantly surprised.
So fun.
Yeah.
Madison and I were, like, both on the edges of our seats.
No, like literally, like we were both like so anxious at some points.
It's like terrible and enjoyable at the same time.
Yeah,
it was odd.
Yeah, it was very fun. Like we were watching, like we had like a really good time. Like it's not a type of movie where you're like, oh, like I'm kind of bored, let's go on my phone. Like you're like in the like story.
Yeah, like we saw it in IMAX, which I definitely think heightened the experience just because it was so, like, the movie was being portrayed on the big screen, and it was just a different type of experience compared to a regular just a regular theater. But yeah, I just think that tornadoes are so interesting. Like, I have, like, a weird thing about natural disasters. Like, I love tsunamis.
Yeah. Oh, I like tsunamis.
Like, I'll, like, go on YouTube for, like, hours just, like, researching. But, it's like, I just found how they, like, portrayed I learned something about tornadoes, which is, like, weird to say, but...
No, I get what you mean.
But it honestly was also my worst nightmare reimagined, because tornadoes scare me so badly. Like, I was not.
Honestly, I do like tsunamis. I think those are interesting.
I love tsunamis.
But I've never really been a tornado girl.
Like, not in a bad way. Like, I find deep interest in tsunamis.
Yeah.
I don't love tsunamis.
No, tsunamis are interesting. Tsunamis are interesting. I agree.
Yeah.
But, yeah, honestly... Although I loved the movie, I gave it, like, a very, very, very high ranking.
Insanely high.
I gave it a 98, which...
It's crazy.
That was right after I walked out, and I was definitely feeling that adrenaline that the movie gave me, and I was feeling very excited about it. I don't know if I would still rate it a 98.
Now that you've had time to sleep on it?
Yeah, because, like, a 98 is, like...
Insane.
A really good movie. And it was really good, and it was, like, probably the most fun I've had in a movie.
Recently.
In, like, a while. But it wasn't the best.
It's a good movie for the genre, but I just don't necessarily think there are any movies, like, action movies for me, that are in, like, the high 90s. Like, genuinely, maybe besides, like, the original Jurassic Park. But even then.
No, it's, like, hard for them to be, like...
amazing.
Yeah. The cinematography was kind of something I struggled with the movie.
Explain.
There was just, like... points where a shot, like, in my opinion, was, like, so bad that it, like, took me out of it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, like, there was multiple...
I was not noticing that.
There was one where they panned out from the car as if it was, like, a drone above it, and just zoomed out as if it was the tornado, which is cool in theory, but I saw it and I was like, oh. And there was, like, at least, like, 7 of those that, like, you could tell that they were trying to be, like, super, like... cinematic.
Oh no,
and then it just like Dune does a similar thing in terms of cinematography, but it succeeds. Yeah, and I don't really like Dune, but controversial.
No, I don't like Dune either.
Yeah, too long.
Too long. No, I thought it was fun, and I also thought like the special effects were really good.
Oh, the tornado!
Like there was never any time where I was doubting. Like, the fictitious aspect of the movie. Like, it always seemed real to me.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. The tornadoes, like, looked great. Like, the effects...
Like, you want to go, like, hang out with them?
Mm-hmm. They seem nice.
Yeah, they seem chill.
But no, I mean, the tornado thing, the thing is, like, when I was going in, I enjoyed the first one a lot. I think I definitely understand why it's such a popular movie.
I thought the acting was really good. I like how the movie was able to showcase a bunch of different characters and a bunch of also different viewpoints of our society. Like, no spoilers or anything, but there was a fight of morality in the movie, which I seem to enjoy, and, like, big business and really who these characters needed to be helping in the end, and that was also, like, pleasantly surprising.
Yeah.
And I think that due to the fact that they did have a lot of humane characteristics and they did make mistakes in the film, I think that made me more interested in the film, and it added a lot. Like, being able to have these characters that I actually cared about.
Yeah, I definitely agree. One of the things was that I really enjoyed. I'm a romance movie girl, and I always have been. So the movie definitely kind of had an undercurrent of that between the two main characters. It was kind of like an enemies to lovers in a way, They didn't really like each other in the beginning, and that develops...
total enemies.
Yeah, that definitely develops throughout the movie. And both characters were just, like, interesting. Like, they both had, like, a bit of a backstory. They both had, like, a personality. They weren't just there to support the other. They were, like, their own characters, and they stood on their own. And, also all the side characters in the movie were really good. Anthony Ramos, I kind of saw as that. He was one of the main. But he definitely... Yeah, but he wasn't as present, I would say.
Really?
Especially towards, like, the middle of the movie.
My issue is that I think at the beginning of the movie, the feeling of just, like, friendship, this is going to sound so corny, but it was really prominent, and then it slowly moves into a more romantic, like, social aspect of the movie, which, I mean, I hate it in any way, but is also just, like, I feel like they could have tried to establish a more equal balance between the two, but, I mean, ultimately, it was totally fine.
No, yeah, I completely agree. I definitely liked when the romance got brought in a bit more, because I was kind of waiting for that the whole movie. Yeah, and just, like, the characters, like Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones, I could say this about both actors in general, they had such good chemistry on screen, and they almost always do with, like, anyone they're in a movie with. Like in Glenn Powell and Anyone But You.
Especially.
Yeah.
Daisy Edgar Jones, I haven't
normal
really seen
people.
anything besides normal people, but her and Paul Mescal
Where the
get
crawdads
on.
sing. Yeah.
How did you feel about the ending scene? There was, like, a big ending catastrophe.
Yeah, I thought it was really well made. There was a lot of emotion behind it. Do you remember? There was, like, a woman that they kept showing, and they were, like, it was, like, a big, like, catastrophe, like, a tornado came to this town. Mm-hmm. And we saw the people in the town, and we just, like, really felt, like, the struggle, and I think it made it a lot more emotional, rather than just focus on the main characters. And, yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought the ending properly summed up the characters.
Yeah. And
where they would be going next, and I thought it was just, like, really good. Like, I enjoyed it. There was nothing I really would change about the ending. I can't really tell if they're gonna do another one. They kind of left it open a bit.
I would like them to do another one.
But I think they could do another one. I think it could be successful. But,
it just depends on how successful this one is, I think.
Yeah. I don't know how successful it's gonna be, because honestly, from what I've heard, no one's really been,
thinking about it, talking about it.
Yeah, like, I haven't seen it around, I guess. So, I don't know.
Yet. But there hasn't been a bunch of advertisement for it.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, especially people in our generation, they love Glenn Powell or Daisy Edgar Jones, so they could totally use them, like, star-studded cast, you know? So,
yeah, in conclusion,
I was going to say, in Tomatometer style, Madison, if you would like to update your score, what would you give the movie now?
I'd give it a very, very strong 92.
Instead of the
98. Because I think the movie was really, like, enjoyable. I don't know about how well made it was. I don't know if the, dialogue was, like, extremely good, and it wasn't, like, there wasn't anything I was like, wow, that's, like, really great. Yeah. But I was watching and I was like, this is really enjoyable, and I don't know anyone who wouldn't enjoy this movie. I loved it. So, definitely a 92. I think everyone listening should go see it. There's literally no harm. You're going to have a great time. We had a great time. And, yeah. If you just are looking to have some fun on a Friday night, I can't think of a better movie to watch.
Yeah, I think I gave it, like, a 60. No, an
86.
86.
Yeah.
I stand by that. Definitely something in that realm. Which, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I would definitely go see it again.
Okay.
So, yeah. Thank you guys
Good
for
taste.
listening. Yeah, like I mentioned in the beginning, check out the Classics Instagram.
And YouTube.
And we'll see you guys in September.
Thank you guys so much for listening. And yeah, we hope you see Twisters coming out tomorrow, Friday, July 19th. Bye!